If your only experience having Mexican pizza is at Taco Bell, your world's about to get a whole lot better because that right there is a really great Mexican pizza-ish. This isn't really traditional Mexico pizza. This is what you'll find in a lot of Mexican restaurants here in the United States. A lot of them do it as an appetizer, different things. But that is the most amazing version of it you're going to find. And you have to stick around to find out how to make it because you got to eat this stuff. Smells the flavors. I already took a bite, as you can see. That's right there. And now I'm going to eat the rest of it as soon as I stop talking because the rest of the video has already been shot and I get to eat that now. So you watch the video and I'll meet you back at the end and all that good stuff. All right, let's get started. So in this video, I'm just really showing you how to assemble a Mexican pizza. All the ingredients going on top is things I've done in other videos already. So just look for that in the top right part of the video as we go along. Right now we're just cooking up our 12-inch flour tortilla in our 14-inch cast iron comal. We got a little butter. Keep the air bubbles down to a minimum inside the tortilla because you want this nice and flat. When it's crispy on both sides, we're going to pull this off and start assembling. All right, our tortilla is nice and crispy because this acts as the crust. It has to be crispy, and it is. So just butter and do that. If you want to use unsalted butter, this is one of the rare occasions I say go for it because salted butter can get a little too salty on there. So unsalted is better in this case. What's the first thing we do to this thing? We gotta load it up with ingredients. The first thing going down is some beans. These are refried beans. If you haven't seen my video on how to make refried beans, I've got a bunch of them. Maybe there's a link to one here. I don't know. If not, well then, I did a bad thing. Sorry. I sometimes figure out how to do stuff. I'm new to this whole thing, so forgive me if I get a few things wrong here and there. All right, so we are just smearing some beans on here. If you like a lot of beans, use a lot of beans. If you don't like a lot of beans, you don't even have to put beans on it at all. It's a suggestion, you know. I just figured, what the heck? Right, just try and get a nice bit on. If you're using beans, go for it. These are nice chunky beans. They've got some heft to it, a little bit of bits in there, which is the way I personally like them. If you don't like them that way, make them very smooth, and then you won't have that problem. All right, beans are done. What is the next thing going down? Your meat of choice. I'm using carnitas because I have carnitas. If you have carne asada, if you have chicken, if you have el pastor, if you have burnt ends, if you want to put ground the seasoned taco meat on this, go for it. Any meat that you want whatsoever. If you want to do a vegan version of this, just put some like black beans on it or whatever other stuff that you people eat. That's up to you. You can do whatever you want. I'm going with carnitas because I have carnitas. Yeah, so who am I kidding? I was always going to be using all of it. Okay, just spread this around a little bit. This is pretty simple. This is pretty easy. And this is, again, not traditional that you would find in Mexico necessarily, but you'll find this on a lot of menus in Mexican restaurants here in the States because they'll put this on there as an appetizer or something else. You'll split this with like 4 people, and it's delicious. Or 3 or 6, because you'll see there's a way to cut this and eat this, and you gotta stick around because you gotta see that part. Okay, so that looks pretty doggone good. Now, what goes on here at this point? Sauces. You have a plethora of choices of sauces. I have a few here. This is red enchilada sauce. You could use green enchilada sauce if you wanted to. This is always delicious on here. It's fantastic. It's got that little bit of the guajillo peppers that give it kind of that earthy flavor and everything. You can go with the salsa. These are a couple of store brand salsas that actually aren't that bad. These are pretty good. These are usually available in most places. Try Walmart if you can't find them at your store. They'll have these, but red and green. Now, green goes with pork quite a bit, and so does red, but you can use both, and I'm going to because I'm a crazy person. Okay, so mix that up real good, and we are going to give this a bit of a thing there. Okay, that's good. Now, I'm putting green down too. You can't stop me. That is, red and green can go together. In Mexico, generally, if you have something that was cooked in red sauce, you serve it with green sauce and vice versa. So the whole Christmas thing that New Mexico does with the red and green, smothered burrito, they're onto something. That's exactly what you should be doing. And, oh, dry spot. There you go. Okay, cheese. Cheese of choice. This is Monterey Jack. That is cheddar cheese. You can use quite a bit of different cheeses. Chihuahua cheese is a really great cheese that's easy to melt. Very hard to find here in the United States. Oaxaca cheese is very, very delicious. Oh, it's a little easier to find. You can generally find that in most grocery stores. Comes in a little round pack like that. And it's spelled Oaxaca, Oaxaca. And it's friggin' delicious and it's amazing. Hit and miss on when you can find it. So that's Monterey Jack. If you want to use pepper jack, that's fine. If you have Manchego cheese, then yeah, use that. It's fantastic for this, but this will work. It's the same basic thing. You want a white cheese going down, and you don't need to over cheese this. We're not making regular pizza, but you got to put a little bit of cheese on, and a little bit of cheddar, because you know the words. Mo cheddar, mo better. All right, there we go. Boom. Get this off of the pizza pan because that will burn and then it's a pain in the butt to clean. So don't do that. It's easier to clean it up now than it is then. That is an appropriate amount of cheese. Restraint. This going in the oven. I get the oven at 350. This is going to take a few minutes. You basically just want to melt the cheese. It's going to heat the rest of everything and make it delicious. We're going to put the rest of our ingredients on when it comes off because you don't want to cook guacamole, obviously. But yeah, when this comes back out, I will meet you back here in 2 seconds. We're back, party people. And that is a Mexican pizza. She's looking good. Yes, she is. That is some melty cheese. That's basically all you're looking for. The beans were hot. The carnitas was hot. Everything else was ready to go. So that is perfect. And what do we have to do to finish this off? Because I know you can't wait to get to the part where you all we have to do is add a few of our fresher ingredients. Now it's centered because it's important here in about half a second, maybe. Couple things we're going to put down on this. I'm going to put down some sour cream and some taco sauce on top of this in the swirl. You got to make it pretty. So this is Mexican sour cream. You've seen me use this in other videos unless this is first time here. And then welcome to the channel. This is cacique. It's the Mexican sour cream. It is fantastic. It is very different than regular sour cream. If you can only find regular sour cream, that's great. Just use that. If you want to thin it out with a little heavy cream, it'll be even better, and it'll be much more like this. There you go. This is taco sauce. This is my Guillermo's special taco sauce that I make. I do not make the recipe available because I'm trying to get this stuff bottled so that you can buy it by the caseload hopefully soon. We shall see. Turns out trying to get something like this bottled is a bit of an endeavor. So hit that like button and help me get some of this stuff made so you can buy some. All right, we are going to make the pretty happy swirl. See that? Pretty happy swirl. Now we are going to put down the sour cream in a pretty happy swirl. Yeah, we did. We just did that. Now we've got some pico de gallo to go on this. You want to just spread this around. If you just want to use onions and cilantro or some diced up tomatoes, that's fine. Pico de gallo is pretty easy to make. I did a video on it. It might be up here. There you go. And the carnitas video is out there too, so make sure you look for that one. I may have not mentioned that I had already done a carnitas video, and it's amazing. You'll love it. But yeah, just load this up with a little bit of pico. I made the pico yesterday. I'm not probably going to be able to save that because pico go quickly. It's like pico boo. Bye bye. Pico bye instead of pico boo. I have no idea. I'm rambling. That just looks good. And yeah, I wish we had smell-o-vision again because this smells amazing. Guacamole. Now I'm going to steal this here. We're just going to do a little bit of guac and some little blobs around here because It is really, really, this is really important. If you don't like guacamole, I am sorry. It is kind of important to this. We're going to put the guac around the backside here. We're not going to really put it towards the front. You'll see why in a minute. Maybe just a smidge here and there, but you got to have a nice disbursement. Just kind of, you know, get it out here and do that sort of thing. There we go. Perfect. Okay, that is everything we need to do. We've got it ready to go. That's a Mexican pizza. I'll shoot the thumbnail real fast because, you know, you got to do that. And then I'll be back in a second. I'll show you how to cut this thing. And best of all, I will show you how to eat this thing. Because it's kind of a little uniqueness to it. That's the word I was looking for. But hold on one second. See, it only takes a second. It's the magic of editing. What do you know? All right, so how do you cut this thing and how do you do that? I have a big pizza knife here because we're going to cut this like a pizza. But we're not going to cut this in like 8 pieces or 4 pieces. This specifically has to be cut into 6 pieces. You'll see why in a second. So find your center line, give her a cut. There you go. Pick up some of the guacamole. Steal that. I'm trying to steal the guacamole. Okay, so just figure out where that is. Come here, do this. So you get it all the way to the edge. There you go. You got 6 pieces because when you pick this up, you're going to fold it up a little bit. That's why I like these pans, especially if you're trying to do the drizzle. You can go and then woo. They're awesome. If you don't have one of these pans, if you make a lot of pizza, these things are super cheap. On Amazon, you can pick one up for really $6, something like that. This is the big size here. Obviously, you can get various sizes depending on what size pizza you normally make. Of course, I have the big size. Look at me. But yeah, so let's dig into this thing and eat this. Now, one thing real quick. If you're in Mexico and you see Mexican pizza, it's not going to look like this. It's going to be on a regular dough. It's going to have much more regular, like pizza style. It's going to look like pizza, but it's going to have a couple of weird ingredients on it. They're usually very good, and it depends on what region you're in. You can find fish and clams and other things on pizza that you wouldn't normally find, but you'll find carnitas, you'll find pollo asada, you'll find carne asada, all kinds of stuff like that. Whatever protein they have laying around will make it onto the pizza, and the sauces are also very interesting. But it is a regular pizza on a regular dough. That's not what we're making here. We're making this fun kind. All right, here is this beautiful, amazing slice of Mexican pizza. And here is how you eat it. This very much is like a New York slice. You kind of get it like that, folds up kind of into like a taco. What more can I say? Okay, seriously, folks, this is amazing. It's incredible. And now you know how to make it, and now you know why to make it. And the only thing you have to ask yourself is when you're going to make it, because hopefully it's soon. But you got to eat that. It's so good. Seriously. Speaking of good, it was good to see you here in this video. I hope to see you on the next one, because I'm going to do more fun stuff like this. And if you're subscribed and hit the notification bell, then you're going to know when it comes out. If you're not, you might miss it. And that would be a shame because, come on, this is, the flavor's so good. You got to eat this thing. All right, thanks for watching this video, and I will see you on the next one. Thanks.